Okay, I think we're live. We got Apricity in tonight, if you guys are catching me. And I got her waiting in the waiting room. And let me double check something real quick. I think I am live. Yep, we are live. Hold on, I got to close this window. Can't do that. All right, testing 1, 2, and here we are. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, I'm streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch TV tonight. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'm going to go ahead and play some fun music for you here in a minute. Let's see. And welcome to the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show out of Las Vegas, Nevada. How's everyone doing tonight? This coming Tuesday night, I have Apricity. Apricity was born in Scotland and immigrated to Canada as a child, but not before being bitten by that entertainment bug. Auditioning for Britain's icon TV show, Top of the Pops, and appearing on kids programs like Fun Factory, before eventually settling into the world of the music theater. Apricity's music offers an alternative pop rock flair through the prism of 90s inspired vibes, with her earlier singles permeated by more Evanescence inspired dark tones. Her latest single, Allison Wonderland, followed by All My Lies, released in 2021, and The Fear, released in 2022. Apricity, are you there? So let's welcome Apricity to the stage tonight at the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show. And we're bringing her in right now. Where's she at? There she is. How are you doing, Apricity?
I'm good. I was just having a little bit of technical iDroid difficulties there.
iDroid. That's funny. iDroid. So you had some bad weather, I heard. For everyone in the audience, Apricity is in Canada tonight. She is 3 hours ahead of us, and it's about 9 o'clock. And I want everyone to welcome Apricity to the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show. I'm so glad you can make it.
Thanks for having me, Dean.
Absolutely.
And my iDroid difficulties.
You know what? I really want to formally welcome you to the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show. I got an audience. So I really want to welcome you. I'm so glad you can make it. I've been doing a little bit of research on you today. You have done a lot, and I don't even know how old you are, but you've done a lot in the entertainment business, and as a young child. And
definitely.
And I don't want to skip over anything tonight. So I want to go back, and I'm going to let you fill in the blanks. And I have your full bio in front of me here. And one of the things you say, taking her moniker from the Latin word meaning basking in the warmth of the sun. And Apricity's music is the culmination of a passion that has followed the recording artist all her life. So where did you come up with that in the bio right there?
The basking in the sun,
Yeah, the
or
basking in the sun part. I'm kind of curious when I read that. I wasn't sure what to make of it. Go ahead.
so I have to say, I mean, it is a Latin word and it means basking in the sun. And, in Canada here, we have 4 seasons, and one of them is very, very cold, meaning winter.
Right.
So during winter, I think we all just want to bask in the sun. And I wanted my name to relate to something.
I
And
got you.
it just made sense because it just appealed to me and I felt like that was me.
No, I like it. I like the phrase. I just wanted to hear it from you. It's very cool. And your creative inspiration as a female vocalist. And then you say, such as, now, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Garbage's Shirley Mason.
Yeah. So Shirley Manson's the lead singer, obviously, of Garbage.
Is that Mason? Shirley Mason?
It's Manson.
I'm sorry, the bio says Mason.
Yeah,
There's
it should
no,
be Manson.
okay, 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 Manson. That's kind of crazy. Atlantis Morissette. Now,
Hmm.
I was looking for Alanis in there in the songs I listened to tonight. And I got to be honest with you, I didn't hear a lot of Alanis Morissette in the songs. Can you give me an idea where you're influenced by Alanis, and do you have some songs that kind of resemble her?
I suppose it's not having songs that resemble her music, but
Okay,
just the fact that, she's a very strong female vocalist
okay, gotcha.
and starting from scratch and getting out there. I actually had the pleasure of seeing her on Sunday night here in Toronto,
No
which
kidding.
was
Wow.
just amazing. So my first time seeing her live.
How was she? How'd she sound?
Amazing. Yep, absolutely amazing. Yep.
I love Alanis Morissette. I saw her live at the Staples Center. Was it the Forum? I can't remember. She was playing with, I think, Matchbox 20 or something like that.
Okay.
And she sounded awesome.
Yeah. She was
And I,
playing with Joan Jett.
Joan
So that
Jett,
was
she's still on tour.
Joan
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett opened for her. So it was quite the concert for sure.
That is so cool. Joan Jett, The Runaways. How far
She
does she
just
go back? Huh?
she just rocked.
She rocks. She
Yep.
rocks. I've been listening to your songs today. One of them is, I have kind of a favorite song of yours,
Mm.
and it's not your latest release, Allison Wonderland. It's called All My Lies. And I just like the song. I like the way it comes in. In fact, I did the commercial on it today. Can you hear it?
Yes, I can.
Good, good, good. Let me know, because sometimes I play stuff and I can't hear it. Or the audience can't hear it. And I'm rocking out and everyone's like, what is he doing? It's hard being a podcast show host in this world today, because I have a lot of moving parts on my side. To just get started tonight, I had to click on like 5 different things. And it's unfortunate that somebody hasn't created a piece of software to kind of integrate everything together. And do you ever do your own like shows, like podcast stuff?
No, not
No?
at all. No.
You should do that. Talk to your audience through, through remote videos.
Just on TikTok.
TikTok? Well, TikTok works. TikTok works.
TikTok, not podcast though.
Yeah.
I haven't tried one of those, but TikTok, I mean, we've done live rehearsals on TikTok as well.
Okay. Now,
Which
that
has
brings
been
me
fun.
to your band. You asked me tonight, should I bring my guitar player? And I said, well, if you want, bring them on. More the merrier. But I really want to interview you tonight and find out a little bit more about your career. So bring me back to your childhood. When did you get started? Were your parents supportive of your career? And then the progression from there into professionalism, when you got serious.
Well, I think I'm still progressing into professionalism. It's a huge learn for sure, and I don't take
Absolutely. Yeah,
anything for granted at all.
absolutely.
So as a child, my stage mom was my grandmother
Oh, nice.
growing up. I started off in, very young, like 3, performing in front of people, just kid stuff, but then
So you
actually
were
going
you were an
into
entertainer as a baby. I'll bet you were rocking right
child.
out.
Yeah. I actually have videos of my television appearances with my little glitter outfit and shoes. And I
I,
was on a
uh,
show with Echo and the Bunnyman, actually.
did you say
Um,
Echo and the Bunny Man?
yeah, Fun Factory on
Oh,
in
okay. I got fun.
Manchester.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fun Factory.
they
Okay,
yeah, they were on that show with me on BBC One, and I didn't know who they were at the time, but of course now I listen to them, so it's
that is
pretty
so cool.
humorous.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And
so cool. Yeah.
but I went to a school of the arts and as well, like growing up. But
You went
I
to
was
where?
always
What'd you say?
encouraged school of the arts.
School of the Arts. Okay, so you're kind of
Yep.
professionally educated in the music as being an artist.
I mean, to some degree, you're young though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different when you get older, right? So I
Right,
mean, and
right.
of course, I was always encouraged to, math and history, and I actually, I was a science major, so that's something different,
Oh,
but
okay.
always encouraged academically,
Nice.
when it came to school. But my grandmother was very, very big into music. My family was big into music, so it was always music or radio, no TV.
So you kind of
um,
you grew up in the entertainment business as a very young child. Um,
I, I
you know,
did,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. So have you had a break, since you were like 3 years old? Have you had a break, or have you always been involved in the entertainment business?
I definitely had a break. I mean, being a teenager, you want to go and do your own things. And
Sure, sure.
in my head, I was always, wanting to do more music, but
Right.
not really knowing what to do or where to go. And I was in theater for a lot of years as well. So we did like, Annie and
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
plays like that. But to be honest, I was growing bored of that,
Right,
the
right.
theatrical part, though I like theatrics, but just the plays themselves.
Sure.
So the music part, I mean, I always wanted to be involved, and then it honestly wasn't until just the December before COVID that I actually decided to go into the recording studio and record some demos. So,
Right, would that
you
have been
know,
around 2020, right around there?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a
So,
horrible year, by the way.
absolutely. But
It was a horrible year.
going through things as a kid, I just, you don't know what you want to do. You like
Sure.
things, you like entertaining people, but
Yeah.
you also, you're kind of in that stage. I like this. Do I really like it? Do I want to like
Hmm.
it? But I
Right.
always loved music. So
Mm.
music, I always had a record player, had a, tape recorder, had CDs, always would shut myself in my room and, with a hairbrush and pretend I was in ABBA or Blondie or something like that. So it's always been something I wanted to do. But then when you grow up and you go to school and you get a job and you have to work, it's like, oh, well, it's a pipe dream and it's a hobby. So how do you make that happen?
Yeah.
So back in
Yeah.
December, I decided, hey, I want to go record some demos and kind of just get the feeling for it and see how I feel.
Hmm.
And then, COVID came and
Mm.
it was very unfortunate, but again, in my favor, I was fortunate because there was a lot of producers that
Yeah.
stopped working with other
Right.
people, and
Right.
I was able to work with them. So it,
Everyone
it kind of
became
just happened that
available.
way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you're saying is absolutely true. When COVID hit, a lot of artists became available to me, and I started talking to people that I played with growing up, because I was a rock singer back in the 80s.
Okay.
I was a lead singer for Danger, and I've been playing music for 45 years.
Wow.
So I'm not just a podcast show host. I'm a musician interviewing other musicians.
You're a rocker.
I'm a freaking rocker. Yeah. And I've rocked the biggest stages, and I talk to my friends who I grew up with, and I talk to young people like yourself that I want to hear your story. Everybody that grew up listening to you wants to hear your story, and this is it's very candid. When I do these podcasts, they're very candid, and I like when people are honest and true and say, hey, this is how it was. It wasn't easy.
Hmm.
growing up, and so forth. Now, your parents were they also in the entertainment business?
My mom kind of was. She was a groupie.
Maybe I know your mom. You know what I'm saying? That's funny.
You never know. But
Mhm. Yeah.
they both play guitar. They're both musically, but it was my grandparents.
Okay,
I actually
gotcha.
lived with my grandparents, so they were, the push, the push, the push.
Yeah,
Um,
good, good. It's good to hear that your family backs you in your passion, right?
right. I mean, at that age, do you know it's your passion? You just know, hey, it's fun and I'm getting asked to do it, and I'll keep doing it until it's not fun anymore. But now, it's fun, but it's also work.
It
Let's
is
face
work.
it.
It is work. Listen, it's 9 o'clock in Canada, and I
Hmm.
and I told you I'd put up the screen early, and I want to grab that. Hold on, give me a second, because we're taking call-ins tonight, people, and let me grab the call-in screen because I didn't get a chance to add it. So give me a minute. Oh, there it is. Call now, and I'm gonna put that screen up. There it is. Oh, see, I even put it with your picture right there. Call now.
Hey, how come that's my phone number? No, just kidding.
That is a USA phone number, and I couldn't find a Canada phone number.
Oh,
So I'm going to put it up early. Normally, I wait about 30 minutes into the show and then I throw the number up. But um, if you want to talk to Apricity, now, am I? Do I call you Apricity, or do you have another name you like to go?
yes.
Okay,
Sure.
I'm sticking to that then. I'm not going to call you anything else. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of bad to the bone. You know what I'm saying? It's
Lots
kind
of
of
people
bad.
here will be in bed for sure.
So we are taking calls tonight, and you can call in anytime you want. But I'm putting it up early just in case somebody wants to hit the sack before 10 o'clock because we're going to
That'll be
go.
me.
That'll be you. Don't hit the sack on me while I'm doing the show. So when I watched your video, we're going to play tonight,
Mhm.
Allison Wonderland. Now that's quite the production, and I can't wait to show people that video. And of course, I'm not going to play the song. I want it to be a surprise. But can you tell me a little bit more about that video? Because I'm going to play it early since you are 3 hours ahead. And can you give me a little synopsis on the video and the song? When did you write it, and what made you do that extravagant video? I mean, that's a big production.
For sure.
What?
I mean, I can't take credit for the songs. I've worked with a really great songwriter, Greg Crutchley, and but for the video itself, I write the videos. I have ideas in my head when I
Okay.
listen to the song. I'm like, what does the song mean? What is it showing me in my head? And for this video, I really felt like it was, we always want to be someone else. We always think someone else's life is better. And we're always imagining, oh, what if this happened? Or what if I was there? Or what if I was
Right.
doing this? To the
Right.
point where in the video, it shows that it's actually driven this person crazy.
Okay. I see.
So, the fantasy actually drove the realism
You,
crazy.
that is
Um,
so. Yeah, that's crazy. I love it. It was.
it
I
is
watched.
crazy. The video is
I
crazy.
I watched the video. I watched the video today. It's really cool. Um, and I kind of want to. I'm going to play it early. I think. Is it okay if I play it early?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I know we all want to hear your story, and we're gonna, be here for about an hour or so for those of you listening. But I'm gonna go ahead. Let me see if I can. I've got a few moving parts over here. Hang on a second. Do. I am going to share that video. Give me 1 second. And we're going to be playing Allison Wonderland in high fidelity sound stereo. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. great. Wow, wow, wow. That song is just kicks ass. You did a nice job on that video.
Thank you. It was awesome. Just in regards to the podcast here, I've had a couple of people message me. They're trying to get on the YouTube, and the link is not.
It's not working.
It's not
Um,
working. Yeah.
could you just have them, let's see here, have them Google uh, the podcast show on YouTube. Okay. And then they'll just have to check because it should be on YouTube. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check because I think I'm on YouTube now. And I
Yeah, that's what I
noticed,
thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube now. It's live on YouTube. So everyone out there, just if you're on Facebook, it's on Facebook, Twitch TV, you can find it. Um, just basically Google it. We'll Google the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast Show and then live, and then you should find it. But there's a lot of people that watch and they don't chime in. They don't, you don't see them like or do anything, right? But if you let me see here, got you full screen here. You should be on Facebook and Twitch and all those good things. So
I'll
I
just let
really,
them know.
yeah, let them know just to Google it. Some of the links were for the earlier um, show that I decided to change because they didn't have the ability to record in high HD quality. So I switched software at the last minute. So
Okay.
they might be clicking on an old link.
Okay.
But if they Google me, you should find me. I'm pretty easy to find out there on the internet. But we are still taking calls. Let me see here. I got the number to the
Great.
number is so
Okay.
country code is 1. The area code is 253-205-0468. And it's funny because I never mention it. I just show it. But 80% of the people listen to the podcast, and a lot of people don't watch it. So country code is 1, area code 253-205-0468. And your secret code to get in is 702-927-2226. And that would be called your ID code, 702-927-2226. Now, I had somebody trying to join the show. It might have been your guitar player. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So whoever that was, try to log in again. For some reason, it disappeared on me. So if it's your guitar player, and did you send him a link as well?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So that might have been him because not many people have the link. So he may be trying to chime in. So he can come back in if he wants. So tell me a little bit more about that video. I didn't really get, I got kind of distracted there with all the technical stuff. Tell me more about that video. I mean, it's a big production. Tell me
Mhm.
when you did it and what went into it.
We actually started filming that during COVID in June. We filmed it outside at my neighbor's house, part of it, and because of COVID. And then we had a hiatus for a couple of months because there was a lot going on due to COVID. Things were changing again, so we had to sort of put a stop to it. And
Okay.
then a couple months later, we filmed a lot of the green screen um, in Jesse Reed's basement. Jesse Reed is the
So,
director from Dropout
okay.
Entertainment who
Oh, very
does
cool.
videos
Very
for
cool.
me.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty fun, but it was probably about maybe 8 months, and that was only because we had to wait because of regulations changing, COVID changing.
Gotcha.
So we had to put a stop, but the whole time when that was going on, I was taking the video and I'm like, now I'm gonna add this, now I'm gonna add that, now I'm gonna do this, I want to see this. So it actually was great because I had some more time to work on it, and
Okay.
I wrote
Gotcha.
out everything that I wanted to envision in the video and gave it to Jesse, and then we worked on it together, and
Okay.
voila, there you see
Uh-huh.
what my mind thinks is in that video.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I
Oh,
think we might be having a call in from your guitar player. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. Hang on a second. Hang on to see here.
which one?
How many guitar players do you have?
I have three.
You have three? Okay, hang on. Let me see here. I'm getting caught up in all the windows here. Hang on a second. Hold on. Let's go back to gallery. There you are. For everyone out there, this podcast show gets reposted back out to Spotify and all of the major podcast streaming sites around the world. So tonight is the live show, so we can take call-ins and be live. And then I repost it in about 2 days. So your beautiful face will be seen in about 105 countries. And if anybody's a fan in another country, they'll get to see you and listen to you tonight. Talk about your music. Yeah. So again, the area code is 253-205-0468. Write that down. And your ID code to get in is 702-927-2226. And I have an area code 519 coming in. Could that be the guitar player?
Here he comes. Could be. That's from here.
Okay. Here he comes. So again, the area code is 253-205-0468. Okay, all right. So I hear him coming in. To get in is 702-927-2226. And I have an area code 519 coming in. Could that be the guitar player? Yeah, so I need your... hold on 1 second. I don't see... Here he comes. So again, please turn down your mic, turn down your speakers, call in. You're coming through the microphone. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Okay. And do you have any video tonight?
I don't believe I do.
Okay. That's okay. That's fine.
I'm on a mobile phone.
Well, welcome to the Dean Vaughn Music podcast show with Apricity. Are you the guitar player?
I am not the guitar player.
And you're calling in random? Is that okay? Now I got a 647 area code coming in. Is that Canada?
No.
Yeah, it is.
This is
Canada 647.
Okay, let me back up. Who's on the line now?
So this is Scott Kralik. I travel with Apricity, and we did a few shows together.
Hi, Scott.
Hey.
Well, you're talking to Apricity. Ask anything you want.
No, don't.
Yeah. So you started out in 2020. I'm very curious because I know that you've been working with producers and writers to try to develop your sound. How much control have you had progressing in a direction that you really want to sound like?
200%.
200%.
Absolutely.
And declining. Okay. Very
because
cool. Very cool.
The thing is, if you don't have control, then it's not you, and it's not what you want to do. And that's something that's really important to me. I mean, I have my own thoughts. Obviously, in production, you need it to sound a certain way. You want it to be radio friendly, commercialized, and that's all fine. But you need to feel the music and you need to like what you're singing. Otherwise, you're not doing what you want to do, and you're doing something that someone else wants you to do, and it's just not you, and you won't be happy. So I think basically here, I've been lucky. I've been able to work with a team of people that work well together. And we are all like-minded. So our ideas are very similar but different, if that makes sense. And we're always working together, and we're always trying to make one another better. And I think that's really important, is the team of people that you work with. And that's something that I've learned.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great answer. I mean, as an independent artist, a one-man band myself, it is difficult to have a team behind you. So I respect the direction and the team that has put together your sound. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I've had the honor of listening to it live, and you're a fantastic musician.
Oh, well, thank you, Scott. And again, thank you. We've done some shows together, and definitely I'm glad to be part of new artists. I'm still a new artist, but I'm definitely also glad to be part of another new artist's venture into this. And what I will say is, keep doing what you're doing. and you will find the right people to work with. It's hard, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You have to really put your time and effort and work into it, but you will connect with the right people. Like I said, it's you need like-minded people,
Yeah.
and you need people that are on your side.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I've just always said yes whenever an opportunity has arisen, and I didn't figure out the how until, you just push with your passion and then the purpose unfolds. So it's been a journey and a dream come true. Thank you so much, City.
Oh, no problem. And I hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for calling in, Scott.
Absolutely. We are coming soon. And Dean, thank you for having me. I'm definitely going to be a subscriber, man. This is a wicked show.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. And I'm really honored to have Apricity on the show tonight.
I'm honored to be
She
here.
is very special.
She is.
Take care. Have a good night.
Thank you, Scott. We have another caller coming in, and it might be your guitar player. You want to bring him in? It's a 647 area code.
Ooh, I don't know who that would be.
Ooh, I better look first.
That's a Toronto number for sure.
Okay, here he comes.
We'll see who this is.
You're live on the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast show. Hello. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Whoa, where is he? Or where's? I'm gonna put him in the waiting room. Hold on. So somebody did call in, and you said 647 might be Toronto.
It is it's a Toronto phone number. I mean, maybe, who knows? It's still weather.
You're live on the Dean Vaughn Music Podcast show. You are live with Apricity. Go ahead.
Hey there, this is Jesse Reed calling in.
Hey, Jesse. So Jesse
that's working. Cool, I got through.
Jesse is who I was talking about.
Your
who
guitar player?
Creates my videos for me.
Oh, your videos. Okay. Thank you for calling in. Please tell us.
Allison Wonderland.
Tell us who you are.
So my name's Jesse. I've been working with Apricity since her first music video. Actually, we put out some pretty incredible stuff with her.
Nice.
It's been such a blast working with her and watching all these incredible things that she's done. So I'm so she's on the podcast. Super happy to get to check this out.
Thank you for calling in. Can you tell us a little bit more about that video? You did a fantastic job, by the way. Allison Wonderland. Have you done any other work with Apricity?
Thank you very much. We've actually done a number of videos together.
Okay.
A couple of the other ones. The first one was called All My Lives, which we shot at a old church from, I believe, the 1800s, which was actually as well as like a haunted homestead.
I think I saw that video. I saw that video today. A very nice job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Apricity is just such a incredibly creative and has such a talented mind that but the stuff we've put together has been so much fun. Like absolutely, the most fun videos I've ever got to work on. So it's been been amazing.
Is she hard to work with?
Not at all. Not at all. She did scare somebody very badly on that on the shoot with the haunted place, so maybe they disagree. But no, she's always a pleasure.
Did you work on the song The Fear? Did she do a video with that one as well? And that's kind of a scary one. If we have more time tonight, I might play it.
Apocalypse zombie themed. We had a zombie fight going on there, a zombie bride, all kinds of creepy things going on in that one.
If I have time, I'll play that tonight. But if not, I want people to go out there and look for Apricity, The Fear, and it's a scary video. It's like Blair Witch Project. It's like watching the Blair Witch Project. But so tell me a little bit now. Everyone has a budget, and those videos look very expensive. Can you give me an idea? And I don't want to dig too deep on the financial cost and all that stuff, but to put on a production like that, how much time? And you don't have to tell me how much money, but how much time does it take to put that all together?
I can tell you that
Uh,
money wise, I was washing a lot of dishes.
You were washing some dishes. That sounds about
In
right.
fact, I'm still washing them. So that's all I'll say on that part. And I'll
Okay.
let Jesse answer the rest. But
Jesse,
again,
tell me what's involved in putting on a production like that.
yeah, honestly, there is a ton of time that goes into these.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like the Fear example, we had a whole bunch of actors involved in that one. So same with Allison Wonderland. Luckily, Apricity's got a lot of people that really love her who are happy to come out and be part of these things she's doing. But yeah, it takes a ton of time from like the initial idea to writing out what we're actually doing in the video, getting everybody together, finding all the props. Like, Apricity puts a lot of work into finding great costumes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And that's
I
before we
noticed that.
even get to the shoot day.
Oh, wow. Now, back to costumes. Is that all you, Apricity? Did you do all that? All the costumes?
I usually come up with what I would like,
Okay.
and I'll go out and get some. But I mean, Jesse, like Dropout Entertainment,
Okay.
have helped as well, and with props as well. They've been great. You know, big part of this production. So,
Well, the costumes were very professional looking. When I saw Allison Wonderland and the Fear video, oh my gosh, it was like a movie, right? I have to think that it's not cheap to do that, and and the time that was spent. Give me an idea. How many days or weeks or months does it take to put a video together?
well, if you want to talk about All My Lies, I think Jesse, we did that video in plus 40 degrees, um, in 14 hours of filming. Or was it 14? Did it take maybe 14?
Wow,
By the
that's
time
Yeah,
everything
that
was
sounds
filmed?
about right. We
Yeah,
were there until about 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, that sounds right.
yeah.
There's All My Lies
So,
right there.
yeah, we did that all in one shot though. That video we did, filming wise, we did all in one shot. So that was
What?
a little bit different. But I mean, if you go to the Fear, we did a few different days, and just to say, it was all like what, -10 or -15 as well. We were all freezing.
Minus
So
10.
it
Holy
doesn't
shit.
look like we were freezing,
Good
but we were
Lord.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even tell. And I honestly didn't know where you were. I didn't know you were in Canada. What part
Mhm.
of Canada are you in?
Just outside of Toronto.
Outside of Toronto.
Mm.
And who am I talking with again? I forgot your name.
Jesse.
Jesse? Jesse, are you
Yeah.
from the same area as Apricity?
Yeah. So I'm just based out of Mississauga, so we're fairly close.
And you guys must like the cold, no?
We bask in the warmth of the sun.
It was 118
There you
degrees
go.
here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Jealous.
118 degrees. Are you kidding me? And you guys are minus 10. It's just nuts. It's nuts. The weather is nuts. So when you're putting a video like that, now, how many people are involved in a video like that?
Yeah. So the kind of depends on the one that we're shooting, but yeah, we got usually there's myself, as well as Shannon Frost, shooting video as well. There's been a couple where Benjamin and Nick have come out. So yeah, usually we have a crew of about 2 to 4. Apricity's also brought out some behind the scenes photographers. We've had David out, as well as Craig, kind of helping with shooting some of the behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, we've got a fairly skeleton crew. Everybody's wearing a lot of hats as we put this all together.
Well, I understand. As part of the budget, we're wearing more hats today than we ever did in everything.
Yeah.
Everything we do, right? We're having to be everything. I know that from I'm an IT guy. I do that on the side, and technology is something that I throw myself into, and I'm realizing that doing these podcast shows that technology is still behind. They haven't put it all together, and I found that out very difficultly today. I signed up with 3 different programs, and none of them do all of it. They don't do all of it. And I had to go back to Zoom because Zoom still has the quality HD video, and I can take this recording and put it everywhere. But you can't do that with a lot of programs. And anyway, I'm slipping into technology, but these video productions are amazing. And of course, you have Apricity, who's an amazing talent. And I had a sound man. You know what he told me once? He said, "Dean, it's either if it's not good going in, it's not going to be good coming out." And I'm talking about the talent, and I'm talking about the singing, and I'm talking about the production. If it's not good going in, you can't make it, sound and look great. So Apricity, I'm sure that you've enjoyed working with her on a professional level. Tell me a little bit more about working with Apricity.
Remember, I know where you live, so.
Tell me, how is she nice to work with? Is she nice
I
to
love that line. But yeah, no, it's been great working with Apricity. Yeah, again, like we've been working on these videos since her first video came out, and it's just been incredible getting to watch how quickly she has put everything together. I haven't met a lot of artists that are as dedicated as she is, and I don't think I've seen many that have grown as fast as she has, and it's because she is always thinking about it. She is always working on it. She is extremely dedicated, and when she puts her mind to something, it happens. So yeah, no, I absolutely love every time I get the chance to work with her.
It sounds like a true professional. Being able to work with other people on set and multiple crew members, team members, production assistants, and what have you. It's the artists. There are some tough artists to work with out there, and so it's kind of nice that you guys are able to work together. And great job, by the way, on the videos. Are you guys planning on doing anything else? I want to hold you here for a couple more minutes. Are you doing anything else with Apricity?
Go for it, Jesse.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely more videos in the works. We just did a fun photo shoot at a old church that was converted into a place that you can stay in. And so we're just so that was more photos that we're playing around with there, but we've got a couple ideas for a couple different videos coming up in the near future.
And we just actually finished one. I don't edit wise, I don't know where it's at, but with AI.
Ooh, you're using the AI. That's all I'm seeing lately on the internet is AI, and more AI. And I'm like, I use it at a very, very limited level. The AI stuff, I for some of my descriptions and labeling things and making myself sound really good. But I only take AI so far. So how far are you taking AI?
So it's actually been really incredible what we were able to do for this new video.
Okay.
I don't know how much I can give away here, but there's a bit of a Wizard of Oz theme to it, and we were able to shoot Apricity as well as some other actors and run it through the AI kind of systems, and so we're taking their actions and their faces and everything and mixing it in with just some really surreal images that wouldn't even really be able to be, shot by a man-made shot. So it's really, it's been incredible to see what kind of creativity you can come up with when working with it.
Well, tell me, what part of the AI are you talking about? The presentation, the graphics, or what part? How does the AI work in that situation?
Yeah. So we took a bunch of video, like of Apricity, for example, and then ran that video through an AI system and let it come up with, kind of played with some different prompts to get it to come up with an AI video based off of what it's seeing, Apricity acting out. And then, used editing technology to mix together the actual shot of Apricity and this AI shot to make one shot that all blends together.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this type of work?
So I've been doing video work for 15 years at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, very recently started with the AI stuff. But yeah, it's been incredible to see, you can add kind of new tricks like that to something you've been doing for 15 years.
I got you. I got you. Well, listen, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. And I know that the guitar player was supposed to call in or chime in on us tonight as well. And I really appreciate you calling in and asking some great questions and hearing about your talents as well.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on here. And yeah, incredible show. So glad you have Apricity on here. She's again, one of my favorite artists that I've ever worked with. So always excited to hear her stuff getting spread.
That's awesome.
Thank
and
you, Jesse.
That's a great compliment. Have a good night, Jesse.
Well, I'll still be here listening. You guys, have a good rest of the show.
Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, that is so cool. That is so cool. And I'll bet you there's a lot of people listening tonight. And I put the commercial out on Spotify, and it reached quite a few people. And I'm hoping that there's a lot more people listening than they are chiming in right now. And we're streaming on 5 streaming sites. I don't have the time to check them all out, but I kind of hope we are. So where are you going from here? What are you going to do with your life?
I ask myself that every day. I mean, what am I going to do with my life?
What are you going to, Twisted Sister, what are you going to do with your life?
I'm going to rock.
I'm going to rock.
It's a loaded question. It's a question that it's a good question, but it's also a question that there's so many avenues. There's so many roads. I can tell you where I'm going from here is probably bad. But I will be playing my first show in the US of A coming up in August.
Oh, nice. Give the audience an idea where they can maybe see you play.
Sturgis.
No way. You're going to Sturgis too? You're the fourth band I've talked to that's going to Sturgis. Are you serious?
I am, and it's such a big opportunity to be part of that, let alone it to be my first US show. So we're really, really excited. We're playing there August 4th and August 5th.
I know the dates.
Sturgis at Kickstands.
So you're with Door 13. Aren't they out there too?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
Chris Hicks, Door 13.
Yeah. Haven't met them yet, but yes. Yep.
Door 13 was fun. I just interviewed Mercedes.
Okay.
With Door 13. And I love the female vocalist. I love the female talent. And I think it's coming back right now. We go through this 10-year cycle where female, and I'm not putting you in a box or anything, but about every 10 years, like Heart, some of the strong female vocalists come out and they're right on top. That's the same with country and everything else. And it's really good to see, especially you. I'm gonna guess you're a lot younger than I am, and you're doing it on a professional level. Now, you started as a child. You were like a child prodigy. It sounds like, a child actress, right?
I was a child something. Ask my grandma that one.
But your family, because you were able to do that, your family's very supportive. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do it. And so many kids, they have it, they just don't get the opportunity, or it's rough opportunity. You look at the stories of Eminem, rapper. You hear his life story coming up, and so not always do we have the best support growing up. But it sounds to me like you had good support growing up, and from your grandparents. So that is so cool. So family. I haven't asked how young you are. Family.
I have dogs.
Huh? You have dogs?
Chihuahuas.
I got a boxer.
3 chihuahuas.
3 chihuahuas. Yep. Okay. So you got fur babies.
I have fur babies. I am a fur baby mom, for sure.
That is really cool.
Animals is my big passion. My grandfather was director of the SPCA when I was growing up.
Nice.
So around all kinds of animals, and I'd probably have a small island if I hadn't spent money on animals and music by now. So there you go.
And I have a very animal pet loving community that watches my show, and animals, pets are a big thing. And I even did an interview with Red Raven, and they had a song that was about pets, animals, and it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I have a great audience. I have a great audience. People are really cool, and I may not have a huge audience, but I got a great audience. And
It's the quality.
I'd rather have the quality than the quantity. And people always ask me, Dean, how come you don't do this and how come you don't do that? You could have 100,000 followers and blah blah blah. And I go, you know what? I want real followers. I want people that actually like my show.
Mm-hmm.
And I have people, confront me all the time. Would you like 150 followers? I go, where are you going to get them? Are you going to buy them off? Do I even know who they are? So it's kind of nice to know my audience. And back to you, your music. Okay, so you're a songwriter, correct?
Singer, songwriter. You know what? I actually just wrote my first song and recorded it last month.
Okay, tell me a little bit about
that I had taken lyrics from that I had written a couple of years ago.
That's okay. You still created it. It's you. Tell me a little bit. Is it something you're gonna do big time? Record, video, all that.
So finished recording it. It's being mixed right now with another song that
so you've already done it. You've already recorded it? Okay.
Just last month. So there was actually 3 of us involved, but it was lyrics that I had written quite some time ago. And also the name of the song. So I'm pretty excited about that. But like I said before, I've been able to work with some awesome songwriters, very inspirational, but I've taken songs and I've changed things in the song and I've changed it to suit me, whether it's little parts of the melody or the words. Because like I said, when Scott was on, I said it's very important that you need to feel what you're doing is you and not somebody else.
Right. Now you collaborate. Sounds like you collaborate with other artists.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's so important. You learn so much from people. I learned so much going to live shows and watching other bands or artists all the time.
No, I listen to everyone. I don't have any filters. I listen to everything. And I learn so much by watching people and listening to music, all kinds of music. Mm-hmm. And that's how I grow. That's how I grow. And I was a kind of a hard rock guy back in the 80s. I was the hair metal with hair bands. Remember hair bands? I had blonde hair I had hair band. My hair was down to my. I got a question. You did a song. You did a song by one of my favorite heavy metal rock artists, Winds of Change.
Scorpions.
And you did a remake. Now, can you tell me a little bit about that? I'm going to bring it in right now.
Okay.
If I can hear it.
And that was another Jesse video.
That was a Jesse video? Oh, let me bring it back. Because there's like a really nice intro. Hold on. So reminiscent. And the organ in the background.
That is an 1800 old Gothic pipe organ, and it is the only one in Canada.
Really? Did you say Gothic? It's a Gothic organ?
Yes.
Has it
big one in the church.
Okay, like the big.
Yep.
And who's singing on this?
Myself, of course, and Joey Nisafora, who is an opera singer. So my thought when doing this remake of this song, which I grew up listening to and I always loved it, was opera meets rock.
Opera meets rock. Kind of like Queen, right? A little bit.
Right. A little bit, yeah.
I think Queen was kind of one of the first hard rock bands that told the record company we want to include opera style music with rock and roll, and it
You
took off.
know,
Yeah.
it's so hard to do a remake of a song, a nostalgic song
Right.
like that too. It's so risky because everybody knows it. You're gonna have people that, why did you do that? Or people that are like, hey, wow, that's great. But I really wanted to do it. I wanted to do it,
This
you
is you
know,
singing here.
without taking anything away from the original song, but also making it a little bit of my own.
You know, Klaus, the singer, you're singing like yourself. You're not trying to be him.
Right, exactly. I'm not sure if the we can hear you or hear the song.
Sorry, I just wanted to crank it out there for a minute.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Tell me about the song. Why'd you pick that one?
I just loved it. I
Yeah.
listened to it all the time when I was a child. And
Like, how old were you when you listened to Winds of Change for the first time?
like I think 4 or 5.
That tells me how old I am, because I grew up with this, Scorpions and Judas Priest and all these heavy metal bands. It's funny that you picked that song and by such a very popular band like the Scorpions.
And it was a song that always resonated with me. And then during COVID, I just felt like,
Yeah.
this is a song that I feel that people would be in touch with, like bringing it back. And it was also before the Scorpions big anniversary, right? As
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So, which I didn't know about while I was actually redoing the song.
Oh, okay.
So the timing just worked out, and then they happened to come to Toronto, and I got to go and see them, which was just absolutely amazing.
What a huge rock band. There's only
Amazing.
a hand. Yeah. And oh my gosh, they had a new video out. There's angels on the stage. I'm just drawn back. You probably know the video I'm talking about. And I think they did this song, but it was like an orchestra on the stage.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? There was an orchestra and it was just done so well. And that was the last thing I saw of the Scorpions. And they're just so versatile, and they can go crazy. They can go heavy and then put together an orchestrated song like this, So tell me about your musicians that you work with. Okay. Now you mentioned earlier you have backing musicians. Do you have anybody permanent that's always with you, that always plays with you? Or do you change it up every time?
No, I don't change it up every time. So my recording musicians are different than my live performance musicians.
Okay.
So I have different in-studio musicians that I work with, and those guys usually tour as well with larger bands and artists. But
Gotcha.
My drummer, Derek Prince Cox, has been with me from day one.
Okay.
So I've had him, and my bass player, Sam, and then I have a new lead guitarist, Coey, and then my rhythm guitarist, Craig Laws. And then I've got a few people that, if, my bass player and my lead guitar guy aren't available, I switch it up. I have some session guys. So in going to play in the US, I actually have 2 US players that are going to be accompanying us at Sturgis.
Oh, nice.
And then my bass player is actually expecting his second baby. So unfortunately, he can't travel. So a band that we got close to last year, because we opened for them, Econoline Crush. So I have Troy Zach, the bass player, who is actually going to come and play at Oscada Rock Fest with me in Michigan, which is great.
Nice.
Yeah.
How fun. Is anybody in this picture one of the guys you're talking about?
Yeah. So that's my rhythm guitarist, Craig. And then, of course, Derek in the back on the drums.
The guy in the back on the drums, if I can see him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are these guys kind of with you most of the time on the live show?
Most of the time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I should have got some more pictures of the drummer, but I see him back there.
Yeah. He likes to hide behind those drums.
I'm a drummer. I played drums for many years. I play all the instruments except for wind. I play all string and all percussion.
Yeah.
So I'm a bass player, guitar player, piano player,
Wow.
singer, and then I'm a songwriter as well. I've written over 100 songs. So
Wow.
I've done a lot in the music business, and I'm primarily a songwriter. And so when you talk about this stuff, I'm with you 100%. I know what it takes to put something together, and then bring it to the audience through a video or a really quality recording. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And a lot of people go, how do you do it? And da da da. It's just a lot of work, and you have to have a little bit of experience. And you've been doing this since you were what, 3 or 4 years old. So you kind of knew the talent game, but getting into the technology side, it's crazy, right? There's so much we can do. And like talking to, was it Jeff or Scott? Jesse, I'm sorry. Jesse, he probably plays an integral part in making you look good and putting those music videos together. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And I've been working with Dropout Entertainment since my first video, of course.
Right.
It's like we've grown together, and then every video we challenge ourselves. How are we going to make this one better than the next? What are we going to do? So
it's always trying to better yourself. And,
right. Absolutely.
At some point it gets really hard because you always got to kind of reinvent. You got to reinvent yourself. Not that you're getting boring. You just want to be better on the next production.
For sure. You're always learning. I mean, there's always things to learn. And for me, songs and videos go hand in hand. I feel like the video is the storybook of the song. And I feel that for me, growing up watching videos, it was like you just glued to it, right? And it also gives you another impression of the song. And that's why I feel for myself, it's important to do a video to tell the story with the song, and not just release a song, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just like, for me, I need to have the story behind it.
I was gonna play another video tonight, but this is the song. I watched the video today. As a matter of fact, it's a great song, but when you watch the video, it's kind of scary. Like I was going, oh my gosh. And you got a great voice, by the way.
Thank you.
You got your perfect pitch. You have a great voice. And I've had, vocal training, and I've been singing all my life, and I've heard great singers, and you're one of them.
Well, thank you. I mean, vocal training, that's a constant thing. I mean, yes. we need to do it. You're always trying to get better. So.
Absolutely. And there's, I also have a vocal strengthening course that I offer. And I worked with one of the best vocal coaches in the rock and roll world. Her name was Elizabeth Sabine. And she worked with Queensryche, Ron Keel, and a lot of the heavy metal vocalists out there. And she was my teacher for many years. And what she taught you was how to be endurance and strength. And I hear that in your voice. Now, when you go out and play live, your shows, I mean, is it just balls out? As you just go crazy and sing really loud?
No, and I've learned. So naive performing, live performance is so much different than recording.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. First time you go out, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna like just crush it, sing, and then you're like, so
it's real easy to lose your voice as a vocalist if you're not careful.
Yeah, you need to be careful, and cardio, breathing is so pacing yourself.
Yes.
Nerves can get the better of you, obviously, but the way you hold your microphone, the way your microphone is on the stand. There's all these little technical things that I'm still learning to make for a better performance while you still feel like you're on the stage performing instead of having to worry about all these things.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah. No, I have friends of mine that are singers, and I heard that One guy said, I've been doing cardio and my voice is getting so much better because our diaphragm, right? We
Mhm.
strengthen our diaphragm and our breathing, and it's so much easier to sing when we have the diaphragm strengthened as a vocalist. And I know this and I teach this. And when I hear your voice, there's such control and you have dynamics and feeling. And that's what makes a great singer. You're not just out there blasting out.
Thank you. I mean, like I said, when you go into the studio, you have that space and you have the time and you know no one's there, so you can kind of like, okay, but when you're live, it's like there's people there. It's a whole different thing. And then you're also like, well, I want to move around and I want to do
Yeah.
this and that.
And the nerves.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you really have to concentrate on control. And that's where, again, vocal lessons, weekly, monthly, however you want to do it, they're so important.
No,
Just
you're true.
just
You're
to better
true.
yourself.
No,
So
absolutely. So when can we, okay, so we know you're coming out to Sturgis August 4th, August 5th.
fourth and fifth, yeah.
Is that with Curtain Call Records?
It is, yeah.
They're promoting that show. You're like the fourth artist that has said you're going to be going out there. And there's the kickstand, is it called? Kickstand stage?
Kickstands. Kickstand
Kickstands.
stage.
Okay. And I know Door 13 is going to be out there. I think I talked to Chris Hicks. I did an interview with Chris Hicks. And Crawl Space, like you know who they are. And man, they're all over the place. I did another interview, the band from oh my God, Finland or Sweden, I don't know. But you guys are all over the world. I'm getting interviews all over the world. And it's pretty awesome actually, because and then every once in a while I get an LA band or somebody I actually know. I had Carlos Cavazo on here from Quiet Riot a couple weeks ago. And that was
Wow,
kind of
they're playing at Sturgis.
oh, that's right. That's right. That's so awesome. Carlos plays in a band called Hurricane with his brother Tony.
Oh wow.
Carlos and Tony Cavazo. And he's I don't know if Hurricane's playing out there or if he's actually playing with Quiet Riot.
He's playing with Quiet Riot. So Quiet Riot, we play the same night as Travis Tritt and Quiet Riot.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a hell of a show. How many bands are out there? I mean, I'm guessing 50, 50, 100?
I think there's more than that. So you'll even have like Brett Michaels is there.
Oh,
Kid Rock's
Brett.
closing, of course.
Do you know Brett Michaels opened up for me?
Wow. No.
Poison opened up for Danger in a little town called Azusa, California, in the United States. And Brett came in my dressing room and said, Dean, how do I make it? How do I make it out here? And I said, play as much as you possibly can and forget about the money because nobody's going to pay you.
That's still right.
And I was coming out of the Forum, I think, one night, and there they were, at the bottom of the ramp, all four Poison, the CC, Brett, and they had this flyer, and it was their four corner pictures. And he goes, "Hey, Dean, what's up, man? We're playing next week." And I go, "That's what you got to do. You got to promote the hell out of yourself." And then Poison, of course, we know the story. They made it. They made it big.
Yep.
And, you got to be out there. You got to be out there or you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
You got to be visible to the audience. And so it sounds to me like you got a pretty big fan base. Is it all over the world or where do your fans come from?
I noticed that you have a lot of European, absolutely. European fans, even from day one.
Okay.
Definitely like Germany, especially, UK, Romania.
Okay.
Those have been pretty huge. Like just lately has the United States started to pick up for me, which is great. And obviously with Curtain Call support, that's definitely been key.
That's pretty awesome. I talk to Brian Moore all the time, your A&R rep.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is amazing. He's a hardworking SOB. He calls me all the time. It could be 2:00 in the morning. He calls me, "Hey man, I got this band. I'm bringing you another band," and he sends me all the EPK and all the information on you guys. and he keeps me pumped, and I started doing the weekly podcast show because I wanted to do a weekly show. And he made that happen. So I'm real appreciative to Curtain Call Records for doing that and bringing me artists like yourself. And I really want to thank you for coming on the show tonight.
It's been a pleasure for me.
Thank you. Thank you. And you always have an open door, when things are rolling. You got the new video coming out, a new song that you just wrote. Do me a favor and come back on the show.
Absolutely. Would love to anytime.
Yeah. No, you're such a pleasant person to talk to. And it's been like that, with Curtain Call Records. All the artists have been amazing to talk to. So I really thank you for taking the time out tonight and joining the show. And I put together a little, well, first of all, is there anything you want to say to your audience before we depart and so you can go to bed? Is there anything you want to say?
You know what? I would just say, please keep supporting live music. We need you. We're grateful for you. Make sure you support your local artists. They were the artists you listen to now, the bigger artists, bigger bands. They were local ones. So make sure you keep supporting live music and support the podcast and support the YouTube videos and the social media, because that's what helps drive us as well.
No, that's very well said. And to support the artists, it's not by listening to their music on Spotify, going to their website and purchasing the merchandise and buying the album and downloading the music and putting them up on the number one on the charts on the iTunes or whatever it is. So support your artist. Absolutely. I always mention that on every podcast show. And I will be reposting this again out on Spotify, and I'll put all of the links that people can find you, and they can click on the links and go and wherever you want them to go. Website, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, iHeartRadio, you name it. You probably can find Apricity just about anywhere. All you need to do is Google Apricity and then put in music so they don't go somewhere else. And you should find her just about anywhere you're looking. So I'm about ready to wrap up, and I'm going to do a little outro video that I put together for you.
Thank you, Dean. And
I'm always playing your music. I'm not one of these podcast show guys that is so into their own production that they forget about the artist. And I know a few of them out there that just play their own shit, and they're like, no, it's about the artist. We're doing an interview. And I don't have any explosions or my own music or anything like that. And I've got a lot of songs I could play, but I don't do that because this interview is about you, Apricity. And I really thank you for coming on the show tonight. And I'm going to play, let me see if I can find it. I'm going to play a little outro video. I want to thank you for being on the show tonight, of course. And everyone give Apricity a big round of applause. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Dean.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope to see you again.
You will see me again.
And we're going to play this little video on the outro, and I'll catch up with you later in your career, I hope.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we'll see you later. And good night, and thank you.